Alright, I hope you guys are as excited as I am. This is the hunt I've been working on for about 3 years to get all the proper permits and permissions. And it is going to be awesome. First, I'd like to thank the people that helped me coordinate this. The state of Virginia, the Virginia Marine Resources Commission, and the Department of Historical Resources. And also, I'd like to thank the National Park Service for their coordination. And the Preservation Virginia, which is an awesome group. They're going around saving all the historical structures around Virginia. And they're a great group. I'll probably put a link at the end of this video for them. But anyway, let's get down to business. Are y'all ready to check out one of the earliest English settlements in the United States? Well, maybe you know what it is after I said that, but let's take a look at it right now. Here we go. Alright, the weather is not cooperating with us today, but we'll give it a shot anyway. Our location is just off in the distance right there. You can't really tell what it is yet, but it's right off there. So, let's get going and see what we can do. Here we go. Alright, have you guessed where I'm at yet? I bet you most of y'all have figured it out. Are you ready to see it? Jamestown, Virginia, the first English settlement in the United States. Is that cool or what? Look at that. We are actually sitting on the edge where the fort used to be back in 1607, right here on the edge of it, on top of it, right where John Smith stood 400 years ago. Isn't that cool? We're going to be getting in the water here and checking things out. I can't imagine it not being something here, but you never know. It could be barren here. You just never know. Sometimes the best place you think to be have nothing. So anyway, we're going to be getting in the water here in just a second, and we're going to be pretty much deep in the water. So stay tuned. Get your wetsuit on. You're going to need it. Here's the edge of the fort coming to the water where it used to be at. All right, we're going to start off with 2 AT Pros and 1 Excal. So we're going to start off with AT Pro with a bigger coil, just kind of see what kind of reading. If there's a bunch of iron in here, I might have to switch off to something else, but that's what we're going to start with anyway. I think I'm going to be up close to my neck to start with here. All right, here we go. All right, on my first couple digs, I'm standing on top of one of the blocks I believe is some of the previous erosion control blocks. And I'm digging a lot of rocks and stuff in here, so I'm not digging a whole lot of good stuff yet. So we might move down shore where old Newtown used to be at and see what's down there. See how we make out, see if the ground's a little bit. Right here, apparently it's got a lot of erosion control stuff in here. And I'm getting a lot of readings from the, I think the rebar and the rock and everything. So anyway, let's keep looking. We'll check here for a few more minutes. Alright, my very first find at Jamestown. A couple pieces of lead. Who knows, that could be from the original Jamestown fort. You just never know. Look at it, you can see where it's molded in there. Cool deal. Alright, we're going to keep on looking. This is awesome. This is awesome just being here and looking at some of the old stuff. Alright, let's keep getting up. Alright, here we go. We got us a good hit in this one. Look at this. I see it. It's a musket ball from Jamestown. Is that awesome or what? Looks like I got some old brick in here too. Probably from Jamestown. Look at that. Man, this is so awesome being finding this stuff. I have to look through this. You notice I'm using my smaller mesh because in case I see a pipe stem or something in here, we can save it. Awesome, man. The first real artifact, a musket ball from Jamestown. Awesome. Right. Alright, you always check twice, right? Check that basket. It had a bunch of melted lead in it. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? There's no telling what we'll find out here. It's so cool. Alright, let's keep getting up. Alright, as you can see, we're going to be staying about neck deep out here, it looks like. But it does look like it stays not too bad out, maybe 20 feet anyway. So we might be able to snoop out there a little bit better. But right now, we're just going to stick up here about chest to neck deep and see what we can get. Alright, here we go. Alright, we got these nice blocks out in the water I can get to stand on, so I can get up out of my neck deep just for a minute once in a while. So I can actually take a look in the basket, which is nice. Alright, let's see what we got in here. I I got a hit here. I think that's probably in here. Yep, that's a piece of lead right there. Found a lot of this little piece of lead in here. I'm saving it. Anything from Jamestown, I'm saving. And let's see what else we got here. I've been hitting something else here. Another piece of lead. Another piece of lead right there. Just a little piece of it. There's a lot of that in here. They might have been molded. Man, look at this. Another piece of lead. This one bass has got all kind of hits in it. Look at this. A little tiny round ball. I don't know. We're saving it. Man, one dig. A lot of stuff in this water. Piece of lead. Piece of lead. Oh, another ball. Round ball. Okay. Let's save that. Saving all this. We'll take a look at it later. You never know what it might be. Sitting here going off over here on something else. Piece of lead. Another piece of lead there. Off the lid. Okay. A lot of it in here. My detector's going off like crazy too. Alright, that's another piece of lead. Where's all the lead coming from? I guess back in the days they used a lot of lead. Man, I'm telling you, this bass is full of it. Oh, there's some copper there. That's copper there. Hard to tell if it's old or not, but we're going to save it. Alright, let's see what else. I think I heard something else in here. Yep, another one of those round balls there. Whoop. I don't know. We're saving it. There's a lot of hits in here, though. A lot of hits. Man, even more. I think that's a piece of lead. See, that would have gone right through the basket if I hadn't been using this small mesh. I think that's a piece of lead. Yep, right there. Another piece of little lead. There's tons of lead in here. Yep, more lead. Basket is full of lead. Now I'm getting a ton of hits down here. I'm sure that's what it's getting. I'm getting is the lead. So much lead in the water. Yep, just pieces and pieces of lead. How many hits we have in this basket now? Good grief. I got something else over here too. Alright, I'm going to finish this basket up here. Getting the lid out. Get the lid out. Got to get the lid out. Alright, hold tight. Alright, just like with anywhere, you got the old trash. It's like aluminum cup or something. And we're right near a snack bar and all, so you know there's a lot of trash in here. So we might move down the beach to check it out. Alright, here we go. Alright, this basket did have a small piece of brass in it. I'm saving anything from Jamestown. We'll get the archaeologist to take a look at it and see if he thinks it's anything that's maybe old or not. Alright, let's keep getting up. Alright, I got my first coin at Jamestown. It's a modern penny. Oh man, I wish I had been like a 16 something. Alright, let's keep getting up. There's another little piece of brass. That probably is from colonial days there. We'll have to check it out, see if it's got any kind of markings we want to get back. Alright, let's keep getting up. Alright, check this out. That is the end of an old spoon, it looks like. Colonial day spoon. That is awesome looking. Look at that. I can tell by it. That's old. That might be another type of metal there. That's awesome. Alright, let's put that away. That's pretty cool there then. Alright, see something in the basket round. Check it out. Oh man, it's a modern quarter. Right here at Jamestown. Man, oh man. Alright, we'll keep trying. Alright guys, I see something really interesting in the basket here. I'm not sure what it is yet. It's round and it's big. Don't know what it is. It looks like it's got some kind of markings on it, maybe. It doesn't feel like lead. It's not bending. I don't know. That's pretty cool though. I have to check it out. Alright, I'll switch over to the X-Scowl just to kind of do a quick sweep of the area, because that will give me just coins and round stuff like this versus a lot of the metal stuff. So I'm just doing a quick sweep with the X-Scowl. Alright, let's see what we can get. Houston, we have a problem. Look at that. She's broke. She's been a good one. It's lasted a long time. It's just a used handle to start with, but that is done. Might have to put me a solid steel handle in here so I don't have to worry about it again. We'll have to check that out. Alright, we got a shovel we're going to use from now on. Let's take this back to the boat and use the shovel. Alright, here we go. Awesome! Check out what I got. That's a shoe buckle from the colonial period. Awesome looking. Look at that. That is cool. There, it looks like it might have a design on it too. Alright, we'll take that back and get a good picture of that. But man, look at all the design on it. That's definitely old colonial buckle right here at Jamestown. Is that cool or what? Awesome! Alright, let's keep getting up. Alright, sorry for trying to get this. It's really hard to do this in this deeper water. But I think I saw something in there. Let's get up here where we can see it. I hope I get it. Alright, hold on. This is definitely more difficult than normal. I'm in some super deep water. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. That's a colonial button. Sweet. Nice colonial button. Oh, it's got some writing on it too. It's got some kind of design on it. Awesome. Alright, we'll check that out a little bit. Alright, I had to revert to diving down. It keeps falling out of the shovel. But look at that. That's lead. Is that a piece of bar lead they used to use back in the colonial days? I know I got a lot of questions for the archaeologist. See what he says about some of this stuff. Awesome. Let's keep getting up. Alright, we had to go diving again. And we got, looks like a copper round, I don't know, like the bottom of a bowl or something. I'm not sure what that is. We'll bag that and check it out a little bit. Might be brass a little bit, looks like. I'm not sure. Alright, the tide's catching up with us. We're neck deep now. Can't hardly dig anymore, so we're going to have to head back to the boat. We'll try to find us a little bit shallower place, but if not, we might have to head on back and come back tomorrow. Alright, hold tight. Alright, was that cool or what? Metal detecting at Jamestown. That is so awesome. You know, anything you find could belong to John Smith. You don't know. And we found a few pretty cool little items, and we'll show them in just a minute. Alright, stay tuned. We'll go over everything we found. Awesome. Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed that hunt. That was awesome at Jamestown, Virginia. That is so cool. Alright, let's check out some of the stuff we got. I'm going to be showing some more close-up stuff with some of this stuff. For example, look at this. Look at that buckle. It's a shoe buckle, I think, but we'll get that looked at. I'll put a close-up on the side over here beside it. That is awesome. And this is really cool. It looked like a regular old colonial button when I first got it, but then I shined the light on the side and it's got initials on it. The last one is a R. Could it be John Rolfe? It could be. It could be JR. Somebody had some money back then to be able to have their name engraved on the button, I would think. I'll try to put that right beside it there. That's awesome. This has got to be an old spoon or fork or something, and that's the handle to it right there. And you can see some engravings and all in there. I think it's pewter. The way it looks, it's not rust at all. It's not lead. I'm pretty sure that's probably pewter right there. That's pretty cool. That's got to be old. Sweet. Got a few little copper items, which I'm not sure. And got this guy here. It's a big old bowl-looking thing. I'm not sure what that is. I got a musket ball, definitely old musket ball, right where the fort was right there. And this is another one, but I think that could be more modern, like a slug or something. That's definitely a musket ball. We did end up getting some modern change, a quarter and 6 pennies. Lead, little pieces of lead all in it. Around the fort especially, just tons of little tiny pieces of lead. And got this. This must be like a stock piece of lead that they use maybe when they bring over the meltdown to make stuff. I'm not sure, but that's pretty cool. That's awesome. And guess what? This is not the first time. I did do a preliminary hunt, and I ended up with some bullets. Civil War. So I got 9, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 bullets there on them. A little bit further down at one of the docks there. This is stuff over here is the first. This over here is the first time I ever been next to the fort. But this is a little bit further down at one of the old docks that they used during the Civil War, which is pretty cool right there. I'm gonna go ahead and see if Preservation Virginia wants these right here and go ahead and put them in the museum, maybe at Jamestown. So that's pretty cool. Is that awesome or what, man? I love it. Guess what? We're going back tomorrow. We got to keep checking this out. There's got to be more there for sure. I had barely touched it. All right, stay tuned. We're coming back. Now I want to go over with you some of the research I did before I came up with this adventure and how I plan to document and catalog any artifacts that I found. Okay, first let's take a look at some of the historical documents of the area. Okay, this first map is a map from 1700s, and it shows Jamestown as it sits on the James River. And in the red circle, the important thing of this one is it shows a ferry that crossed over, and it shows that where the pier was. And we want to definitely put some emphasis on that area because there's a lot of activity there. It actually crossed from Copham over to Jamestown. And this next map is from the 1800s, I believe. And here again, where that red circle is, it shows a pier. And again, we want to concentrate on everything. We'll lay that one on top of present day so we kind of get an idea where it was if we don't see the old pilings there. Okay, moving along. This is a recreated map of how the fort sat on Jamestown Island back in the day. And if you look up close, you can see at one point in time they thought the fort was actually out in the water. But since that time, they have actually discovered some of the parts of the fort and the palisade walls there and all. And this next map kind of gives you an idea of how the layout of the fort was and shows part of the fort was actually in the water now, since the shoreline has eroded away. So that would be another area we definitely want to look at real hard. And coming up on this next map, this is actually showing an aerial view. And what I've done is section it off in various zones so that as something is found, we can document to that particular zone to kind of keep track of where things were found. And within each zone, this next picture here shows we've come up with a grid system so that, for example, we might find it zone 1, grid number 36 is where that particular item was found. We'll also use GPS coordinates too to document where items were found. So that kind of gives you a general idea of where we're coming from and what we're looking at, and we're going to head out from here, so stay tuned.